something you may have noticed about me that most heads of state, when they take office, I always leave them alone for about the first year. I don't know if you've seen that, if you've noticed that. Because they need, I know when they come in, they don't start from ground zero. They often start even lower.
Sir, nobody can insist that you give your comment on. You're not compelled to do so. You just happen to be interested in. But for you to say, sir, that you don't normally, criticize early enough, you wait for 1 year, I beg to disagree with you, sir. I don't want to stretch it further than that. This man is your friend. You can't look him in the eye and tell him certain things, definitely. If you are just bringing your 7-point agenda after 7 months, you had access to him to have passed that paper to him even before he was sworn in. So I think that, I think at some point in some of the things we do, we get to a point where we need to take a back seat. And the professor is trying to take flack for his friend. And trying to make, but it's important that professor also knows that even those of us that are not professors, but who were created by him, we have our head in between our two ears. And so that's, all what I've said is full of innuendo. I leave you to sort out what exactly I could be saying.
What is wrong with waiting for 1 year before he assesses?
It's not his tradition. I don't believe all that. The truth is, the truth, to be honest, I heard that he said somewhere that he told the man not to run, which I did, and proudly say so, that I told him, I'm going to be Tinubu's best friend at the end of this exercise. For those who say I hate him, I'll be his best friends, and they'll be his worst friends. Because I said so then, and I still maintain it now. Yes. Why should we be afraid to say the truth? Do you think, let's get down to practically within the APC, a Fayemi or an Osinbajo wouldn't be doing much better, at the very least in the optics? Do you think Osinbajo will put in the budget that he wants to buy a yacht or a vehicle for his wife? Do you think a President Osinbajo would be allowing the members of the Federal Assembly to get away with 160 million naira for cars? I mean, come on.
But we don't know all of those things.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I say we didn't know, I've not been surprised by anything, because those were the things that told us to look out for. We must say the truth. If they are friends and whatever, then we just take a back seat, and we are not in a position to say certain things. Then we take a back seat and begin to pray. But when we say this, and time has proven that my suspicions and fears were correct. Look at what we have now. I saw the president's statement saying we should have hope. We are enough of that deceit. Which hope? Hope where both you and your people, all of you, you are enjoying, you're having the best of life, and we are suffering. Then at Christmas, maybe 50,000 people will benefit from some transport palliative. What kind of hope is that? Hope is if you've done your work. When you've done your exam, then you hope that you get either a 2-1 or 2-2 because you have done the exam.
Because you've done your best.
Yes. If you haven't done your best, what hope? Anybody who wants to believe in hope is free to do so. It's a free world anyway. But it irritates me to hear words like hope, palliative. To me, I'm sorry, they appear like words of deceit. They're just propaganda. What hope? Buhari too said hope.
For 8 years.
We've been on this hope. I have particularly, you know, when you are a journalist, it's the worst profession you can be in, because you are privy to all kinds of information and you can dissect it. We've been on this hope thing since Shagari. When Buhari came, immediately after Shagari, there was hope. Within 3 months, you could see the direction in which Nigeria was going. Nigeria had already joined some nations who said that we are not paying any debt. Then overnight, that skillful center forward, number 11, he came. The one that can score a goal with the hand of God. He dabarooed everybody, scattered everywhere. And we are still on that hope till today. 20 years from now, we'll be completely impoverished and we'll be talking of hope. I saw Aguri in jail. Ajuri Gerale. I saw him and I just had pity for him. We mustn't talk ill about our country. If you make us talk ill, we will. We will. He said that, oh, Americans don't talk. Like, oh, come on. I don't think this guy knows. They are the most critical. And that is why today they've been able to push their government into some form of accountability. You can't tell us to shut our mouths. When you talking about examples, when you went to the World Peace Conference and went with 1,000 and something people, you don't know you've made us the laughingstock of the world? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? But he has a job to do, so I will excuse him for that. I just want us to be, we need to be agile and listen out for all these propaganda things that somebody was telling me that they said that the dollar is going to go, as at this morning it was 1,250. Some of us took facilities when it was 450. We are not paying back when it's 1,250.
It's a whole lot more now.
It's a whole lot more. I mean, so, don't let's start this morning, this Christmas. Why did you bring this? You did it deliberately.
It's in the news.
You did it to embarrass me.
It is in the news now. It's in the news.
No, don't worry. I was the one who put it. Don't let me put it. I think it's Professor Soyinka should take a back seat. Because of age and everything, his influence is even waning. But a lot of young people are looking up to him. He's your friend. And I like it. He's my friend, and I know that it's difficult for you. That no friend, no foe principle that you planted in us. It's difficult for you to exercise it in the game. That's what happened when the Paris were singing songs and so on and so forth during the election. And Professor Wole Soyinka said, we told him, you taught us this thing. And when we sing these songs, it's not to ridicule him, it's to make a social point. It's social criticism.